Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Gruber Wired. My name is Mark Beach.
I'm John Dotson, and welcome once again.
Welcome
Here we go.
back. Yeah, we got a new website.
Yes, it's up and running.
Up and running now. Go check it out. GruberCommunications.com.
That's it.
Yes, buy something while you're there.
Yeah.
Just,
show us your support.
Yeah, give Jesse some love there. Give him a sale.
Yeah. So, Jesse, how'd the rollout go?
It was good. Yeah, it took a little longer than expected to get some of the security features up, but we are up and running.
Yep.
Very cool. Good stuff.
Definitely. So we're sporting hats today.
We are. Yeah.
We decided, the other guys we wear sunglasses, we're going to wear hats.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a,
Got Bruce Arians over
it's
here.
a fashion statement, right?
The Cardinals garb and everything.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I wore the Cardinals gear because
We're
this
right
Saturday
around the
we
corner.
start on the preseason games.
Yeah.
Although Kyler Murray's not playing any of them.
No.
No.
No, he's just too short of attention right now to play.
I don't even want to go there. And I have a new grandson.
Yes, congratulations.
On Sunday. Yeah, it was good.
So how many grandchildren are you up to now?
5 now.
5.
I had 2 a year and a half ago, and now I have 5.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
I gotta get with my kids and play some catch up there.
Is that text live?
Look at that.
Oh, we can watch it on there. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, no, this is
look
not
at that.
visible to the audience.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, just so you know, we had a little technical difficulty there, but we're back and up and running.
There you go. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
5 grandkids.
5 grandkids. 3
Sweet.
boys and 2 girls.
Nice. Yeah, we have 3.
Yeah.
2 girls, 1 boy. It's great. They just tickle your heart, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, then they drive and they find that one last nerve Grandpa has, and they just tug on it.
I haven't experienced that.
Oh, I've experienced
It's all
that.
been
yeah.
joy so far. The
So
joyous
far.
thing. Yeah, so far.
So, hey, other things going on. We're still continuing with the heat here in Phoenix.
Yep. It's starting to tamp down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Saturday
Might drop
is-
down to 110.
No, it's going to be 110. It's going to go up to 110 because it's like 103 out right now, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And some of you people, like those of you
103
in,
nice.
yeah.
No.
You don't, you're going, what are you, crazy? Have you lost your mind? Yeah, no, it's good. And, but yeah, I think I saw 2 110-degree days in the long-range forecast, and then that's it.
That's it. We're heading on down.
Yeah, I hate to declare victory.
Not yet.
Not
Just
yet.
wait. Not yet.
No.
Typically we get in hundreds still throughout October. So,
Yeah.
still sweating a little bit out
Hundreds
there.
don't feel bad, though, man, and especially when you're getting down in the 70s and high 60s at night.
At
then
night,
it's
if the
perfect.
temperature drops,
Yeah.
it's great. But what else is going on around the world? If you haven't noticed, the Olympics have been taking place.
USA is now dominating the
Yeah,
gold.
where we
and,
at right now?
and we're at 30 gold medals
30?
and 103 total medals.
Wow.
And the next highest
Very
country
cool.
is at 73, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
73.
Hey, you know what? Congratulations to all the Olympians out there. That
But
is such
especially
an
the
honor.
USA team.
We promote our team, sure. But overall, what an honor it is for all sorts of people from around the world being able to go and represent their country and represent their sport.
As long as
Just
we're making
amazing.
America great, that's all we care about.
That's right. In which we are great, right?
Yeah.
So that's coming along, and so we thought today we'd approach a few topics in regards to the technology that's being used at the Olympics.
Okay.
And kind of dive into that a little bit. And
Things like that, Olympics, Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff has to be leading edge stuff. I mean, they have to have develop some pretty slick things for all, especially the Olympics too, with the variety of sports that are out there, the different things that they can do, like the little, when they're swimming, those little sensor pads that they touch in the pool, so they know exactly when they finish the race.
You're talking real-time update,
Yeah.
with hardly any lag at all throughout the system. And what's amazing about it is, I was reading more up about this, that they use unstructured data a lot within this scenario.
Right.
And unstructured data is basically, it's defined as and refers to information that does not have a predefined data model or is organized in a manner that is easily interpretable by traditional databases. Okay.
So, I mean, I know that, Jesse, I'm sure you know all about this, but when you send XML strings and data, right, and it's, it's structured, but it's not. In other words, you can shoot XML files out, from websites, and then it get picked up and done with whatever you want. The strings are in the order that they're in, but it's, they also have declarative identifiers that kind of say what the data is in some cases.
Yeah. So, and with that structured data plan, you see things like spreadsheets. That's where you see those types of things taking place.
Yeah.
When it comes to unstructured, this is going to be the references towards like text files, media files. And, an event like this is so large, right? Like you're saying, the scope is just amazingly huge of what needs to be covered in the data transmission that needs to go out. That this type of structure actually works really well.
Right.
Because basically they'll come out and they'll throw it up in the air, right? So you have this pinging out there. Here's some media. Here's some, text files. Here's some web pages. You got sensor data going on. And then you have everyone else picking up around it to do their live streaming.
Well, that kind of goes toward what we were talking about the Internet of Things, the data streams that go out there. And one of the types of data was the must read once, at least once. So it can be picked up as many times as it, as anybody wants. There's the once only, no more than once, and then at least once, right? Yeah. So these would be the at least once instances where the data goes out there and it just gets picked up. Yeah. And it can be picked up by multiple devices.
Yeah, and doing it this way, you can get large amounts of data out at one time. So you have all these access points. I mean, I forget what I was reading. It's something like over 100,000 access points were used in this particular Olympics, this year.
Yeah,
that's a lot. You think about it, all throughout, covering the city and so forth and everything.
Right.
And a lot of it comes with the fact of just there's so much data. The challenges is storage. Yeah. It's a huge amount of data to store.
Right.
So that's one of them. And then the integration of this and trying to capture that data can be conflicting too.
Makes sense.
So you have to take a look at it as an unstructured plan is an actual plan. Right. Does that make sense?
No plan is a plan.
Yeah, exactly. But that's how the media is able to go out there and capture it, and continue to go from one hurdle race over to diving, and then back over to pickleball, and then from pickleball over to tennis. Right. And you see this just connections just simultaneously going out.
Is there pickleball in the Olympics yet?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
No,
I haven't watched it, but I'm sure there is.
I haven't watched the Olympics either.
I'll tell you what though, you start looking and there's so many different events and things that I never thought about. Right. Like fast climbing. I didn't even realize that was an event till I happened to flip on the Olympics and saw some fast climbing last night. And that was climbing up that wall. Wow. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. They throw different things out, every year and pick up certain things. And so, I mean, anything to give it a shot, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, we're accustomed to the events and the sporting events and what's in our life and our lifestyle within the United States that we sometimes forget. But, there's a lot of magic going on with other sporting events throughout the world. So it's nice to see that variety.
Yeah.
Jesse, can you pull up picture number 1? And so you start to research some of this, and one of the things we get into is athletic performance, right?
Okay.
And what takes place there, and diagnostics and so forth, and getting that information in real time. Okay, like it says here, sometimes big ideas require tiny sensors. They actually take a catheter with this and these sensors, and they'll do implants throughout the body. Typically, it's in the arm area. Okay, for the athlete.
Okay.
And then this gives them real-time data in what is taking place as they're running their events. And it gets biometric data, just what's taking place with the muscles. So they're getting real-time feedback and data, to be able to take a look at that particular runner or whatever it is they're doing at that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No implants in my body.
Hey, this is huge,
No, I gotcha.
It does things like measures the position, orientation. It's embedded, in custom form factors. So they have different ways to embed these sensors throughout the body, So it doesn't, necessarily affect or hurt anyone. They do have these in wired and wireless options. Majority of everything now is wireless.
Right.
But they do have them there. And they're saying that these updates rates, what did it say here? Around 240 hertz for your updates on these. And it's just a little bit about data, but enough to take a look at that athlete. and so they can pinpoint what's going on, during the functionality of their performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good stuff, huh?
Yeah. That's a hard no, but hey, whatever floats their boat, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is the technology. It's out there. I
Yeah.
mean, they got down to a precision. So when they can take a look at just what is taking place within the body and how the body's reacting at that particular time, they can help to enhance the performance, of the athletes that are out there.
I'd be more for like like a Batman suit or something like that, with a Spidey suit with all the sensors built into
Spidey
that.
suit and little sensors.
Yeah, let's have
built
that.
on in.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
But yeah, but along with this, at the same time too, and if you're watching Olympics, you'll probably see this. You see a lot of like smartwatch applications,
right?
So you're going to see that they used to call them Fitbits, but those type of applications
Smartwatch,
with the watches, just again to collect that data,
right?
Heart rates, things like that, all those biometrics.
Oh, I'm all for that.
So
it's not implanting anything in my body.
No. I'm sure there's a lot more behind the scenes we don't know about. When it comes down to it,
it wouldn't matter for me. It's a hard no.
It's just straight up no, huh?
Yeah, no chips in my body. Thank you.
And so we're seeing a lot of this type of collection taking place that's out there.
Yep.
So just kind of cool.
Okay.
Little things going on. As far as the broadcasting side of things go, just you've seen the changes throughout broadcasting. We've talked about it several times on the show.
Right.
Just what is out there and the enhancement of AI.
Yeah.
It's just AI is here. And I honestly believe AI is going to be mentioned just as the invention of the wheel. Right. It's going to be a game changer in the way we all live our lives.
I think it's a great tool.
Yeah.
I think it, if properly managed, it can provide benefit. Can kickstart ideas, can fine tune ideas, help focus ideas, things like that.
Yeah.
I think everything, everything has a place.
Yeah. And what I've noticed throughout the Olympics with the AI is the AI generated graphics.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of that.
Really?
And once you understand and take a look at AI, it's hard. It's so hard to determine. Like we looked at the video before with what was it? The car that you had shown us once before, Jesse?
The car?
Yeah, I think it was a car or truck you had there, and it was all AI generated, and you could see the reflection off the sky.
It was the one on fire. Remember the AI image of the car that was on fire?
But anyway, they're using these images out there. And so,
right,
like I said, at first, it's hard to catch, but you can catch those little nuances,
right?
Where AI is still working to perfect itself.
Right.
So, yeah, broadcast, you'll probably see a lot of that.
And, one of the things that strikes me about events like this is, so when the Suns last time were like in the NBA, I don't know if it was the playoffs or the finals, but I think it might have been the finals. I was down below the Suns arena, where all the broadcast trucks were.
That's a mess, isn't it?
And it was incredible and shocking how the floor was just strewn with cabling.
Yeah,
everywhere. I mean, because everybody's got their own thing. Can you imagine what the Olympics are like? I mean, when they do the Phoenix Open, there's a few broadcast trucks out there.
Sure.
But this is mammoth.
Yeah, it is. And I imagine that one thing they probably take advantage of nowadays that they didn't have prior to is all of the wireless communications and wireless technologies.
Sure.
That probably has helped alleviate a lot of that infrastructure.
It can, but wireless still has a lot of limitations. Sure. And I'm a big proponent of fiber.
Yeah.
I think fiber is absolutely
That's where it's going.
Where it is at. We send out a little flyer calling HD Fiber is now, and we're happy to be working.
Speaking of fiber,
doing fiber in our shop, and multi fiber cabling, and then working with partners who do high density fiber. What are we looking at here?
Is this what you were talking about? The video?
That's all AI generated, correct?
That's all a fake. Yeah, that's all AI.
Yeah. But look how realistic that is. I mean,
it's indistinguishable almost.
Almost. I mean, to the untrained eye, you would not notice a difference at all. Where I noticed is in the smoke.
Yeah.
If you watch that,
Just
the
evaporates
little
real
evaporates
quick.
of
Yeah.
smoke that almost, that's evaporating a little too quick.
Yeah.
In that scenario. But again, being able to have that technology to enhance the games that we're watching,
Right.
and you're going to see that throughout, and it's amazing what they're able to do. Now back to the fiber.
Yeah. And so, now, through our partnerships and alliances, we can do up to a cable with up to 1,728 fibers in the cable.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in a 1U rack, fiber distribution, layout assembly, I think you can have like 640 or something
Within a
like
1U
within
scenario.
a 1U.
That's
because they're just like layered.
yeah.
And they were talking about
So-
ribbon fiber or MPO, which is the modular push-on
Yeah.
fiber.
So we're looking at high density, lower footprint.
Right. And
Yeah.
we you can go back and watch the episode where we talked about that. We were talking about the wave of the, the trends and where things are going and how things are going into smaller footprint, higher density applications.
Yeah.
So,
And that is a trend, and we're seeing that
Yep.
across the board.
and it's come and it's happening here at Gruber because we're seeing a lot of requests come in now for high density fiber for MPO, MTP connectors. MTP is just the brand name for US Connect modular push-ons, but essentially they're the same functionality. That they just have a higher, there's a more stringent requirement for the alignment of the fibers when they connect.
When they align and
but
connect.
but
Okay.
it's they're both MPOs.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and that's just like you said, that's where we're heading, it's where we're going. And I think one of the big reasons behind this is like we keep going back to AI, and it's about the amount of data transfer and energy that's going to be needed for AI usage in the future.
Right.
And so that's what's really pushing a lot of the growth that we're seeing out there.
Right. And there's nothing that compares with fiber at the end of the day. Can't be. There's no electromagnetic interference. We end up with a lot of problems with Wi-Fi or wireless transmission because of atmospheric conditions and what transmitted signals are subject to.
Sure.
But
The solar flare-ups and so forth
but
that are out
fiber
there.
is just light, man. It's it's not gonna, unless you cut it, it's gonna go
Yeah.
from point A
Unless
to point
you
B.
just, interrupt it somehow,
Right. Right. And there's a lot of capacity there.
and they're learning how to just expand upon that capacity.
Yep.
So good stuff there.
I agree.
Picture number 2. Talk about fan engagement in regards to the Olympics. And we're seeing a lot more of this take place where, especially with AR provides more immersive experiences.
Augmented reality.
Augmented reality. That's
Right.
what we're talking about here. So you can get more of a visual effect like this and taking a look at, what is actually taking place.
Okay.
And you take that augmented reality and turn it into reality, right?
Right.
Because you're watching along at the same time that they're playing and so forth. And it just gives you more of a just authentic type of feel.
Right.
And it just brings authenticity to it.
I mean, so practically speaking, one of the things that I've thought since I have had AR goggles for a while, years, right? And I was always thinking that it would be such a great idea, right, for like the NFL, concerts, whatever. So you have one seat, but it's the best seat in the house, right? Right
Sure.
up front or 50-yard line, whatever you want to call it. And you sell that seat 1,000 times because you have AR goggles with subscription,
Yep.
and you can sit there and you're there, right?
Immerse
'Cause you can
yourself into it. It
turn
pulls you into
yeah,
it.
you can turn because and that's how they work.
Yeah.
Right. So the technology's there to do it.
I'm
You know,
sure
I
that's
think it'll
coming.
be- oh my gosh, I mean-
someday you won't ever have to leave your home to go see a concert. You can be
Right.
right there using augmented reality, put you in the front row.
Right.
Or if you want to be in the mosh pit, or if you want to be all the way up in the back of the,
Right.
auditorium.
Well, you can have the experience and be in there, or you can get the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that it could be a real thing. And, you know, you think about people who are not physically capable or able to attend concerts, older people, or football games, older people who might have limitations, or people who are physically challenged, but they could join based on that.
Yeah, exactly. And a
Which
lot
would
of
be
this
amazing.
is being out. A lot of this is out there right now for this particular Olympic event.
Right.
You know, they were just talking how practical it is, how fun it is, the experience. It enhances the experience. It brings it, you know, like you said, it gives people the opportunity that can't go there to be there.
Right.
You know, and be there basically in person from your own living room, your bedroom, wherever it may be.
Sure. Yeah.
So-
I mean, they experimented a lot with the, you know, kind of second screen technology when they're rolling out video, Blu-ray, you know, and the high capacity that those had back in the day, and what they were able to provide second screen experiences. It didn't really catch on.
Yeah.
But the idea was there that you could expand the scene that you're looking at, basically.
Yeah. And they're also using this technology for instant replay. If you've noticed in watching the Olympics, when they take time, I was watching on the volleyball, I think women's volleyball I was watching the other day.
Of course you were watching women's volleyball.
So, hey, it was on, right?
Right. Okay.
It was a great match.
I bet it was.
But there was a point in time when they had to check the spot of the ball, right? And I was watching, and so they went over, they put on the AR glasses, you know. Nope, it's out, you know.
Right.
So they're able to get in just almost like this here, being used on the sideline.
Right.
Take a look. Is that ball in or is it out? Because they can get a really nice, you know, reality close view of it.
Right. I wish they'd do that with baseball a little bit here. Man, some of these umps we've had lately have been terrible. Terrible. They've been terrible.
That bad?
I mean, when you're getting into the 80s percentage accuracy, then, you know, even the low 90s, that's not.
Yeah.
You know, there's this umpire scorecard that this website does every day for every ump, right? Every plate ump, right? And they have all the, you know, the percentage of accurate balls, percentage of accurate strikes, and then they have determinative calls that they missed and why they were determinative as far as the outcome. And then they have a percentage of which team got favored by those determinative calls.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty, it's pretty slick. We still swept the Guardians, though.
Yeah. There you go.
That was good. We're only 3 games out of first place. You know that, right?
I told you this year we're going to win it.
Don't sleep on the
World
D-backs. Yeah, don't sleep on the D-backs.
Let's go picture number 3. Just because this is such a huge event, AI security cameras are all over the place. Again, AI comes into play, but that's because that's the technology that we're seeing nowadays and where things are leaning and turning, right?
Right.
So the security is all over the place, and what they're able to do, a lot of this is get real-time facial recognition and take behavioral analysis of, you know, the crowds, the people, what's going on. Within instant, they can recognize hundreds of faces,
Right.
behaviors, see patterns, look for patterns, and AI can compute all that data faster than our brain can think about it.
Right.
You know, and identifying situations that might arise.
Right. Like Minority Report.
Kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
Yep.
But yeah, so you got, you know, from that aspect, you have this available now, which are using, and I see this all over the place now. It's not just us. China's been using this technology for some time.
Well, yeah, there's some
You know?
European cities that heavily rely on this type of technology.
Yeah. And then it gets into cybersecurity measures, you know, intrusion and detection of intrusion, data protection. An event like this, you're talking millions of people, right?
Right.
I mean, so there's a lot that's going
And
to
it's
security.
spread out, which is not, it's suboptimal for security because, you know, you have all your resources spread instead of consolidated in a single place.
Yeah.
Even though that didn't work too well for Trump, right?
Hey,
Everybody was in one place
happens,
and it's still,
unfortunately.
yeah, right.
It happens, you know, but they did just thwart a possible terror attack on
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah. Her concerts.
Are we going to ban knives now too?
I don't know. We don't need to.
No.
Don't need to ban anything.
No, I agree with that.
But they were talking about, in this case, in this scenario too, how helpful these cameras have actually been for emergency response teams.
Sure.
Because you do have incidents and everyday incidents of accidents and tragedies and things that are happening out there and people needing assistance and help. And from what I was reading, they actually increased response time by about 37%.
Yeah, no, I
Which
could
is
see
huge
it. I mean,
when it comes down to, possibly even a life-saving event.
Sure.
All due to AI interaction.
Right. Yeah, QRT, quick response teams.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, I get it. The sooner somebody that can do something about it can get to the situation that they need to get to, the more likely, lives are saved.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the other thing with these particular systems they have set up is they're also in contact with the drones that are patrolling around the areas as well. So you start to think about it. You have drones up above, right?
Right.
You have these security cameras watching over things. You got real people on the ground probably giving data reports, like we used to. We still do. We still have radio contact between security teams and so forth.
Right.
But all that data is being able to be taken in and using AI to go through it so rapidly to determine, hey, this needs to be taken care of. We need a response over here. Here's X, Y, and Z.
Makes sense.
So it's pretty cool what we've been able to do here. And then the other part of it too is they're taking all this at the same time and they're able to use this to almost real time continuously training those in the field.
Okay.
So they're getting not only are they be able to do the response times, but now they're getting better training at the same time too, and getting real live training updates on how to respond.
Gotcha.
And take care of these things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
It is cool stuff.
So
Well, we haven't had any comments today. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know, but hey.
We don't have Highlander.
Highlander is on vacation, and we'll see him hopefully in the next couple weeks.
Highlander has a hiatus.
Vacation. Where's he at? Do we know? Where did he take off to?
Not sure.
Not sure?
Pete just sent me an email about it, I think, earlier.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we want to make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this podcast. We appreciate you being here or watching us via replay. We're excited. We were excited about the half-hour format, but fewer of you are watching, so we might have to go back to something else. I don't know.
Oh, wait, Harry just came in.
Oh, Harry came in. What does he have to say?
Oh Lord.
You can only imagine. We are watching. Good show, fellas. Oh, thank you, Harry. We appreciate that. I forgot to pull the picture, but after our show last week, I get back to my computer, my desk, and I get there, and here's a picture of me with my hat on, and a picture of John Candy as Uncle Buck with his hat on. Can you pull up a picture of Uncle Buck there?
It was spot on.
Oh my gosh. I love you guys. I really do, but
okay. Let's be honest. He wouldn't have brought it up if he didn't want the attention.
yeah, a little bit there, but yeah,
Okay.
it's not so much the attention as much as it is, you know what? Thank you guys. That means something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did it really? There you go. Yeah, that's spot on. Spot on. How do you like them apples?
Oh boy. Yeah. Right.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, the
So,
side-by-side Harry did was really
That
good.
was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. It makes you feel loved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you wouldn't be poking fun if you didn't like somebody, right?
Well, and that's your love language. That's not my love language, but we can talk about that another time. That's a whole
Right.
nother show.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some AI fun with that, right?
That's it.
Gruber Power is here. Great guy. Great show, guys. I came and talk today.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Gruber
Gruber
Power.
Motor. Gruber Power, Gruber Motor.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything you guys do. That's something we don't talk enough about. I mean, really brief before we go here. Through all the companies we have here, Gruber Motors, Gruber Power, Gruber Technical, Gruber Communications. You guys, at the end of the day, we're all such a huge team, a huge family, and
It's true.
It's just great. It's a great environment. We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of heartache sometimes too, right? Trying to get stuff done for people and making sure we get it done.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it all comes together.
It does. And, I I think the most valuable thing for me has just been the learning experience and the over the last year. I'm celebrating a year at Gruber now this month, and I've been given a lot of opportunity to grow, just to expand what I understand, what I know about the current and trending technology and all of the things that are in our wheelhouse. Some of it is new to me, and some of it's new technology, right?
Yeah.
So we've really had the freedom to be able to explore that, and that's really given me a lot of opportunity. At
Something
Gruber.
to be blessed for.
Yeah.
It really is. And I haven't been around a lot. Everyone here just works hard. What
Right.
can you say? Jesse, you and your team, you guys put 110, if not 150% in everything you do to keep this place running and keep the show up, keep the website design, the website up and running, just the creativity that flows out of you guys.
Right.
And
And it's
energy.
appreciated.
So
for real.
but yeah, just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of Gruber.
We're tipping our hat to you.
There you go.
All
So,
right.
yeah,
Well,
hey.
I think it's that time. So please, again, subscribe, and share this podcast. Spread the word. We want a lot of subscribers. But for now, I'm Mark Beach.
I'm John Dotson, and thank you once again.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Good night.